Welcome to Yeshua Kids Garden.
Now, this can also be achieved through inclusive urban planning, investment in human capital and infrastructure, the promotion of social services and economic opportunities. Thank you.
All right, so of course I see.
Mr. Ibrahim.
Yes, go ahead. I see you smiling over
I have two questions from Mr. Ibrahim.
Yes.
Number one, how has government policies not has government policies not been efficient in regulating urban areas? That's one. And two, what service is, for example, in Lagos State, what service is the urban planning body providing for people in Lekki and Ikoyi? They're not providing for people in Mushin. It keep giving real instances, not what World Bank is saying.
I gave instances. For instance,
What service is Lagos State Urban Planning Service given to Ikoyi, people in Ikoyi, they are not giving to people in Mushin? Or what urban zoning? You mentioned urban zoning practice causes the problem we are experiencing in Lagos. What policy really?
I don't think I mentioned that. What I keyed into was the fact that government policies do not focus on the low income ones, rather they focus on the influential ones.
Hello and welcome to Yeshua Kids Garden. This is YKG Contest and we're here with two new contestants today. And as is a protocol on this program, we're going to allow them to introduce themselves respectively. So without further ado, I would like to start with, I think, Ibrahim. We would like to know who you are, what your name is, or any information you feel like giving the audience today. Okay, so the floor is yours, Mr. Ibrahim. Kindly introduce yourself.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ibrahim Abdullah Ibrahim. I am a student and I currently reside in FCT Abuja.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim. I'm going to go over to the other gentleman on my right, precisely, if I'm not mistaken. Could you kindly introduce yourself, please?
My name is Thomas Emmanuel. I am a conservationist, somebody who collects and cultivates plants species to protect them. I reside in Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you both here. So we are going to commence with the introduction of the topic for today. And the debate topic for today is rapid urbanization in Nigeria a catalyst for economic growth or a driver of increased poverty and inequality? So, as is the standard on this program, you're going to be given an opportunity to make an opening statement. So you're going to be given 4 minutes, and it's advised that you respect the timer. So you shouldn't go above 4 minutes. If you do, you'll be penalized. You have a negative marking onto which will be taken into cognizance in the calculation of the votes. All right. So, as usual, please, the rules as we have been issued prior to the participation, you are advised to kindly adhere to them strictly. And of course, you understand that in order to get the cash prize, you need a total of at least 20 votes, which in the comment section with your name, and obviously you have to be the highest. Okay, so that's the criteria for winning in these speed debates. Okay, so without further ado, I would leave the floor open to any of you who would like to comment with your position on the subject as your opening statement. So who would like to go first, or would you prefer I select?
I'll like to go first.
All right, so please, the floor is yours. So the time starts now. Your time starts now.
All right. Good afternoon, our distinguished judge, my worthy opponents, and all the audience. My name is Ibrahim Abdullah Ibrahim. I am honored to be participating in this debate on the topic, is rapid urbanization in Nigeria a catalyst for economic growth or a driver of increased poverty and inequality? Please do correct me if I'm wrong with that topic.
Go ahead.
Then, as we all know, urbanization now can be a double-edged sword, now driving economic growth while also exacerbating poverty and inequality. Now, in my argument, I will demonstrate that rapid urbanization in Nigeria is a driver of increased poverty and inequality. Now, citing evidence from recent reports and studies. But let's look at this. Also, urbanization can lead to poverty and inequality in several ways, including inadequate access to basic services, limited job opportunities, and poor living conditions. Now, according to World Bank, the proportion of Nigerians living poverty has increased in recent years, with urban areas experiencing significant challenges in providing basic services and job opportunities. Now, also, evidence supporting these claims now is a report by the UN Habitat highlighting the challenges of urban poverty and inequality in Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let me know if you have any more to say on that. Otherwise, I would move over to the next contestant. Okay, Is that all you have to say as your opening statement? All right, perfect. Thank you so much, and thank you for respecting the time. All right, so the same question or the same opportunity goes over to you, Mr. Thomas. So would you like that I repeat the title, or it's okay? Would you like to go ahead with your opening statement?
Yes, I'll go ahead with my opening speech. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Thomas Emmanuel again. And the topic we have today is rapid urbanization in Nigeria a catalyst for economic growth or a driver of increased poverty and inequality? My position is that urbanization does improve economic growth and also does cause poverty and inequality. And I would like to use our reality. People move from the rural area to the urban area with the hope that when they come to the urban area, their lives will be better. However, urbanization as a concept has a threshold, meaning that it has an amount of people that must come to the urban area to form a working urban area. So if you need 5,000 people to form a working urban area, the moment you start having 10,000 people, 7,000 people, 6,000 people, the urban area begins to fail. So authorities must have a benchmark to achieve proper urbanization on what number of people they really want in an urban area. When it surpasses this, we begin to see poverty and inequality. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Of course, I will do you the same honors. If you have any more to say on that subject, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we will transition to the next segment of this debate. All right, Mr. Thomas, would that be all, or would you have more to say?
That's all.
All right, thank you very much. So we'll be moving over to the next, and obviously, we're going to be transitioning to the moderator questions. Hopefully, I presume you must have seen the previous debates. So you would have 2 minutes each for each of these questions. And of course, I'll be moving from one person to the other and for each of these questions. Okay, so without further ado, let's move over to the moderator questions. Okay, so the first question I have under this subject is, what are the main drivers behind the rapid urbanization currently observed in Nigeria? Okay, so for this question, I would like to commence with Mr. Ibrahim. The floor is yours.
All right, thank you once again. Now, please can you take the question?
All right, so let me just pause your timer real quick. Okay, so the question is, what are the main drivers behind the rapid urbanization currently observed in Nigeria? So I will just reset your time so you have a fair portion distribution. Okay.
All right, thank you. So now, for me, I believe that the main drivers of rapid urbanization in Nigeria are poverty, lack of rural opportunities, conflict, and search for better living standards. Now, also, according to this, as I mentioned earlier, now according to World Bank, that the Nigerian urban population growing at annual rate of 4.3%, driven by rural-urban migration and natural population growth. Now, we have examples like the Boko Haram insurgency in the northern eastern Nigeria had led to significant displacement and migration to urban areas, exacerbating urbanization challenges. Also, the influx of people in urban areas has also led in the growth of informal settlements and slums, which are often characterized by poor living conditions, lack of access to basic services, and limited economic opportunities. Now, also, for example, now, as I mentioned slum earlier, precisely the Makoko slum in Lagos, Nigeria, is one of the largest and most densely populated slums in Nigeria, in Africa, rather, with residents facing significant challenges in accessing basic services like electricity, water, and sanitation. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Very well. The timer was respected. Thank you. So obviously, the same question goes over you, Mr. Thomas. Would you like me to retake the question, or it's fine?
It's fine. I want to ask something. Can I address an issue before I go to my question?
No.
Okay.
For it to be fair,
Okay,
so whatever issue you want to address, it should be addressed within the time allotted. Okay, so
Okay.
Can I start your timer?
Yes, you can.
All right, perfect.
So what drives urbanization in Nigeria, actually, even in recent times, is one, the first thing is federal government presence. So you have that affecting Lagos and Abuja. Because of the federal government presence as former capital or present capital territory, it will drive people there. Two, resources. Where you find resources that the government is using, like in Port Harcourt, oil, like in Lagos, the waterways, the ports, in Abuja, the capital territory, in some areas like Kano, Ajaokuta, and also where you have schools, tertiary institutions. You would have people gathering in those areas, and that's what drives urbanization, mostly in Nigeria. And within these urban areas, we have to understand that there's what they call urban slum. And there's another one that I'm trying to pick the name right now. I can't pick the name right now, but some like, say, for example, in Lagos, you have the urban area, the core urban area, Bagaja, Bariga, and then you have the ones very close to the periphery. They're not really the urban areas. There's a name for them I can't pick right now, like Ikorodu, like Ikotun, and what they experience in those areas close to the periphery of the urban area is not the same thing as to what they experience in the core urban area. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to stop your timer. Just to respond to your inquiry earlier, you're going to have an opportunity where we have a back and forth type debate. Okay, so in at that particular time, to be precise, you're going to have the opportunity to interject and obviously put your point forward. Okay, all right. So that's the first.
Do I have some seconds?
No, it's I've stopped your timer. It's too late.
Okay.
Okay. So next we have the next question. So the next question is, how has the proportion of Nigerians living in urban areas changed over the past decades, and what projections exist for the future? Okay, so for this question, I will be starting with you, Mr. Thomas, and your time starts now.
Yeah, Nigeria, like many African countries, lack proper data, and I don't like to use the existing data. However, from our realities, we know that every day people keep moving from rural areas to urban areas. In recent times, because of the insecurity problems they have in these areas, and then they keep moving to the urban areas. However, in the urban area, like I was trying to say, there's something they call the suburban area. So it looks as if it's in the urban area. It's called the suburb, but it's not an urban area. There's also what they call the urban sprawl, where we have Makoko and the rest. So what drives people from these rural areas to this place in very large quantities till now to urban areas is the fact that there's a lot of insecurity, and that number is large. If the insecurity continues or not in future, people will still keep moving from the rural area to the urban area until the government, the authority, begin to develop the rural area for the rural people in a way that is attractive for the rural people. Meaning that if you provide tap water for rural people, they may reject to still stay in the rural area because what they're looking for is not tap water. They want to go to the stream, but they want to go to the stream and be safe, and yet they want to have Wi-Fi. So they want to go to the stream, be able to have Wi-Fi, and still retain the rural connection, and then live good lives in the rural area. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Obviously, Mr. Ibrahim, this same question goes to you. Would you like me to retake it again, or it's okay?
Please, can you take it again?
All right. So the question is, how has the proportion of Nigerians living in urban areas changed over the past decades? And what projections exist for the future? All right, so your time starts now.
All right. Now, according to research, the UN now said that Nigerian urban population now grew from 18% in 1960 to around 50% in 2020. Now, this change is very distinct. It's not even positive now, it's a negative change. Also, with the projection reaching 70% in 2050. Now, he also said that this rapid urbanization now possesses significant challenges for Nigeria's economic development and social stability, particularly in terms of providing adequate infrastructure and also services. Now, for instance, Lagos being one of the largest cities is projected to become one of the world mega cities in 2030, with significant implications for urban planning and management. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, look, these days, where economy just they fail. Come with Sapa way, no fit explain. You get brand where they sell, we go pay. We go pay, Hey, look, info, Leon Finfo, follow me, go, may we get money. Make you call your amigos, free membership, sign up quick, and no they carry body. If you buy, if you sell for this website, no commission, no cost for this website. One cool sellers, we go give you good price. And if you know like I'm go the next guy. Hey, no middleman, we go try take your money, they do your thing on a solo. If you find anything, if you sharply buy for any location, where you there, so my manana, distress sales. My manana, distress sales. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net.
Everybody just they dance, they smile for here, man. Like say things they share for this website. Maybe go check out this website, man.
So we're gonna be moving to the next question, of course, with the same allotted time. The question is, in what ways has urbanization contributed to economic growth in Nigeria, particularly in terms of job creation, innovation, or increased productivity? Okay, so for this question, it goes over to you, Mr. Ibrahim, and you have 2 minutes to respond to this. Your time starts now.
All right. I believe the question was, in what way does urbanization contribute to economic growth in Nigeria, particularly in job creation?
Yes.
Right?
Innovation and
Okay.
increased productivity, of course.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So urbanization now has contributed to economic growth in Nigeria through job creation, innovation, and increased productivities. Now, for instance, now cities like Lagos has become hubs for entrepreneurship, technology, and innovation, driving economic transformation and diversification. Now, for example, we have Lagos tech ecosystem has attracted significant investment and talent with startups, startups like Flutterwave, Paystack, leading the way in digital payments and financial inclusion. Now, this job creation now, as we've looked at the Lagos now, the instance of Lagos now, it has created jobs now for those in tech now. It has created hubs, it has created startups for them to they can now progress in this thing, they can enhance their tech in these startups now and also grow in this thing, and also be productive, and also grow overall now grow in the ecosystem. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to be moving over to Mr. Thomas with the same question. Would you like me to take the question again, Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Okay. So the question is, in what ways has urbanization contributed to economic growth in Nigeria, particularly in terms of job creation, innovation, or increased productivity? Okay, so your time starts now.
Okay, so for you to do any business anywhere in the world, you need, if I want to sell honey, I need people to buy my honey. The more audience I get, the better chances for me to make more money. Urban area has this high amount of people that will drive businesses than rural area. That's one. You also need disposable income. People with disposable income. People in urban area do more jobs that earn them more money. Thus, they have more money to spend on your product. That's two. Three, amenities, like your roads, for logistics. If I'm going to do a business somewhere in Ekpoma, the roads are so bad. Not that Lagos is very, very extraordinary, but it's better. So I will get better roads here from Bagada to the island. The roads are fine. I have a bike man who is available to do the job. I won't get that in the rural area. So the infrastructure, the disposable income, the number of people, these are very important factors that drive business growth, and you find them in the urban area. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you so much for respecting the time. Okay, so next we're going to be moving to the next question. The question is, can you provide examples where urbanization has led to successful economic transformation or diversification in Nigerian cities? So for this question, I'll be starting with Mr. Thomas. Your time starts now.
There's a time in Lagos where we're having a lot of urban sprawl, and the best governor we ever had in Lagos State, Lateef Jakonde, decided to create what they call satellite towns. There's a major one around Iba, Ojo Road. However, there are other ones. There's the Gowon Estate, there's the under Estenio, there's the Jakonde Estate, about 6 or 7 of them across Lagos. And what did this do? It allowed civil servants who it termed as low-income earners to be able to have access to this land through mortgage systems, where from their salaries, they deduct, and then they have these houses. And in that time, because it was properly done, it really affected the economic development of Lagos. And that's one key example that we have across Nigeria. And we have so many of them like that across Nigeria. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So next, still on the same question, Mr. Ibrahim, would you like me to take the question again?
Yes, please.
All right. So the question is, can you provide examples where urbanization has led to successful economic transformation or diversification in Nigerian cities? Okay, so your time starts now.
Okay. Now, the answer to that question is yes. Because Lagos now is a prime example of successful economic transformation. Yes, with its growth in tech industries, entrepreneurial spirits, and infrastructure development. Now, also according to a report by Lagos State government, the city's GDP contributes significantly to the Nigerian national GDP. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Okay, sure. Because I have about 1 minute and lots of seconds. Okay. All right. Okay, that's all. Okay, thank you. All right, so let me stop your timer. So next question, which I'll be starting with you, Mr. Ibrahim, is how does the concentration of economic activity in cities like Lagos impact national GDP and overall economic performance? So you have 2 minutes as before.
Please, can you kindly take the question?
All right, so I suspected you needed that. So let me just stop your timer and we'll start it again. All right, so the question is, how does the concentration of economic activity in cities like Lagos impact national GDP and overall economic performance? Okay, so as before, like I said, you have 2 minutes. Your time starts now.
Okay. Now, as I said earlier, that Lagos economic and economic transformation now, as per growing tech industries, has also reported in growing the Nigerian national GDP. Now it's also saying that like the economic effects of sorry, I don't know the question.
Take your time.
Sorry,
Take your time.
I don't know.
You want me to give you the question again? Should I pause
Yes,
your
yes,
timer?
please, yes, please.
Oh.
Just pause the timer.
Okay, take your time. Okay, so the question is, how does the concentration of economic activity in cities like Lagos impact national GDP and overall economic performance?
Okay. All right. Number one, we have tech startups. For instance, now we have lot of startups that like Flutterwave, we have Paystack, we have different of them that helps people who are passionate about tech to grow in that particular field rapidly. And also there are times whereby the this thing now Lagos now has implemented this oh my god. Sorry. Okay. This thing now. Talking on the GDP now. Lagos being a this thing now. A drastically developing country in Nigeria. Sorry, states in Nigeria has also like significantly like contributed to the Nigeria's national GDP. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Next, the question goes to you also, Mr. Thomas. Would you like me to take the question again, or it's fine?
Yes, please do.
All right, so the question is, how does the concentration of economic activity in cities like Lagos impact national GDP and overall economic performance?
Okay, so in 2024, that's an example. 2024, the internally generated revenue of Lagos State was 1.3 trillion naira, higher than any other state in Nigeria, including all producing states. 1.3 trillion. However, from that 1.3 trillion given to the federal government, Lagos State got federal allocation in 2024 of 531.1 billion. That's less than half of what it generated. It means that the remaining 50-something% will be shared for other states that did not make that much, but need so much to develop also. If Lagos State doesn't make that money, how will those other states develop? And that's what urbanization can do. Urban areas like Lagos, like Port Harcourt, I think Kano too, yeah, generate a lot of money that help other areas in Nigeria to grow when they get allocation from federal government. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So next we'll be moving to a different segment. We still have some moderator questions to go, but the subsection of this, I would say, the segment is poverty and inequality. So we're going to be focusing on that. So for the first question, and this question goes to you, Mr. Thomas. What evidences exist that rapid urbanization has exacerbated poverty or inequality in Nigerian cities?
Okay, so we don't need I don't depend on all this one report from here, one report from there, but we know that there's an influx of people moving from the rural area into the urban area, from the north due to insecurity, and from other part of Nigeria into Lagos, into Abuja, into Port Harcourt, because they are coming to look for jobs. And as people reduce in the rural area, farming projects that will provide food, which is common to the rural area, become reduced. So the influx of people into the urban area is taking human resources off the rural area, and we are experiencing a problem across Nigeria because of this food scarcity and the rest. So that's what I like to say.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim. So the same question goes over to you. Would you like me to take that again?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what evidences exist that rapid urbanization has exacerbated poverty or inequality in Nigerian cities? So your time starts now.
Yes. So now, the answer I would like to give to that is that normally for me, I like to do research. So we have, according to World Bank, rapid urbanization now in Nigeria has led to increased poverty and inequality, with urban residents living in slums and lacking access to essential services. Also, urban poverty is characterized by poor living conditions, health risk, and limited opportunities for economic mobility. Yes, I think that's.
Okay, that's what you have to say. Okay, all right. So, thank you very much. You sure you wouldn't want to add to that, or it's all right? No pressure. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Next question is, how do urban slums and inadequate infrastructure in rapidly growing cities affect the quality of life and opportunities for new urban residents? Okay. So this question goes to you, Mr. Ibrahim, and your time starts now.
All right. Urban slums and inadequate infrastructure in rapid growing cities significantly affect the quality of life and opportunities for new urban residents. Now, according to a report by the UN Habitat, urban slums are characterized by poor living conditions, inadequate access to basic services like health, water, electricity, and the rest, and increased health risk as well. So now it's also saying that it's also like, for instance, now let's say those in the urban areas now where there are slums, they also they face this issue of poor living conditions, whereby there's no they don't have access to their basic needs. They don't have access to their basic needs. There is poor electricity, bad road. Let me not say bad road. Maybe we can look at inflation as well. maybe they can't maybe purchase things to buy to eat and other things like that. Thank you.
Hey, look, these days, where economy just they fail. Come with Sapa way, no fit explain. You get brand where they sell, we go pay. We go pay, go pay, go hey, pay. Look, info, Leon Finfo, follow me, go, may we get money. Make you call your amigos, free membership, sign up quick, and no they carry body. If you buy, if you sell for this website, no commission, no cost for this website. But cool sellers, we go give you good price. And if you know like, I'm gonna next guy. Hey, no middleman, we go try take your money, to do your thing on a solo. If you find anything, if you shop buy for any location, where you there, so my manana. Distress sales. My manana. Distress sales. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net.
Everybody just they dance, they smile for here, man. Be like say things they share for this website. Maybe go check out this website, man.
All right, thank you very much. So the same question goes over to you, Mr. Thomas. So how do urban slums and inadequate infrastructure in rapidly growing cities affect the quality of life and opportunities for new urban residents?
Again, urbanization is good. The problem is of unplanned urban area. And an unplanned urban area is an urban area with poor infrastructure. I grew up in an urban area called Akoka. I'm an Akokite. And just by us, where Unilag is situated is in a place they call Sogbodile, turn a forest into a home, which is a rural area. And within the now urban sprawl, Makoko, when Shomolu Akoka was developing, the poor ones, the very poor ones in the rural area, stayed in Wild West, Mushin, Sogbodile, where Unilag is, Makoko. And these boys are into Bariga, Ilaje. These boys formed young boys, which are excesses of the urban area, pouring into those areas, formed a group called 1,000 Boys. Later became 1 million boys. They come at night into the urban estates. In about thousands, they will remove your gates. They will rob houses, like 50 houses. Police will not be there. After they've left, that's when police will come. That is the excesses of unplanned urban areas. And I experienced it as a child growing up. And we had it even some years back in Oshodi. They came up again, 1 million boys coming from that, the end of Lagos, coming from Ojo, Mount 2 area, coming into Lagos to rob. And then Lagos State addressed it again. That is the problem with urbanization when it is not planned and when there are no infrastructure. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So we've come to the end of the moderator questions, and now we'll be moving over to the next segment, which is an open style debate. This means that you'll be given 10 minutes, okay, for each of the questions, and you can feel free to start. I mean, anyone can feel free to start. And of course, contrary to the way things are being arranged previously, in the sense that I move over to one contestant, feel free to interject. So it's an open style debate. It's like your typical argument, right? And feel free to interject at any time to propose or to oppose or propose a better insight on the subject or better detail. So to allow you prepare for this, I'm going to ask you to exit the meeting, and we're going to reconvene in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so just to give you a hint, the questions will consist of the remainder of the moderator questions, which will be selected at random. Okay, so you have 5 minutes, and we would reconvene, and then we can give time for a break or an advert placement. Okay, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
You make sure that the money given to that person is closely monitored.
The issue of corruption is deeply immersed or entrenched into the activities of our legislators. There's no doubt about this.
What you can, what your capacity can bring to the system. We're talking about development here. If you have all it takes.
So the ages between 13 and 40 seems to be the reasonable ages when people still think about, oh, you know what, I can japa and, still make something out of life.
They're not particularly responsible for those children. So it has made a lot of men, a lot of women also. Because you see that prostitution has increased. You see that, bronze girls, they call it, And when I'm buying the dog for security purpose, I didn't buy the dog to come and, bite my family or attack my family. That is where training comes in. That is where you need to socialize your dog with your family.
Because no matter how the farmers are complaining about the conflict, if there are no farmers anymore enthusiastic enough to put their investments in the land.
Join us as we take the first step to true change by discussing the important issues plaguing the nation. We are giving well-meaning Nigerians a voice through our platform, rich or poor. And of course, while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe.
So, welcome back, and of course, now we're transitioning to the open style debate segment. And as I explained to you, for this type of debates, we're typically looking for who makes the best arguments in general, and also who drives home the best points. Okay, so for the first question, so you're going to have 10 minutes. It's going to be back and forth. You don't have to wait for me to interject or actually pass on the baton to the next person. So the first question is, what role have government policies played in shaping the outcomes of urbanization in Nigeria? Have they mitigated or worsened poverty and inequality? Okay, so this question is open to anyone who wants to start first. And of course, like I said, feel free to interject. It's an argument style debate, okay? But of course, you have to be respectful. All right, who wants to start?
I'll have to start first.
All right, go ahead. So I will start the timer now. The timer is for the both of you, okay? All right.
All right. So as the question says, government policies have played a significant role in shaping the outcome of urbanization in Nigeria, but they have worsened poverty and inequality. Now, according to reports of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, inadequate urban planning, corruption, and this corruption is a very, very key aspect, and mismanagement have exacerbated the challenges of rapid urbanization. Now, for instance, the lack of effective zoning regulation and land use policies has led to the proliferation of informal settlements and slums, which are often characterized by poor living conditions, inadequate access to basic services, and limited economic opportunities. Now, moreover, government policies have often prioritized interest in the wealthy elites, those are the ones, influential ones, and corporate interests over those of low income and marginalized communities. This has resulted in the displacement of vulnerable population, the destruction of livelihood, and exacerbation of poverty and inequality. Now, according to another report of the Center for Democracy and Development, said the lack of transparency and accountability in urban governance has enabled corruption and cronyism to thrive, further enriching poverty and entrenching poverty and inequality. Furthermore, now, government policies have often failed to address the root cause of poverty and inequality, such as inadequate access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. Instead, they focus on short-term solutions that do not address the underlying structural issues. Another report by World Bank is that investing in human capital, infrastructure, and social services is critical to reducing poverty and inequality in urban areas. Now, to mitigate poverty and inequality, government policies need to prioritize the needs of low-income and marginalized communities to promote transparency and accountability rather than focusing on the influential ones, and leaving the low-income ones out of it. Now, this can also be achieved through inclusive urban planning, investment in human capital, and infrastructure, the promotion of social services and economic opportunities. Thank you.
All right. So, of course, I
Mr.
see.
Mr. Ibrahim.
Yes, go ahead. I see you smiling
I have
over
a question
there.
for Mr. Ibrahim. I have two questions for Mr. Ibrahim.
Yes.
Number
Go
one,
ahead.
how has government policies not how has government policies not been efficient in regulating urban areas? That's one. And two, what services, for example, in Lagos State, what service is the urban planning body providing for people in Lekki and Ikoyi? They're not providing for people in Mushin. Keep giving real instances, not what World Bank is saying.
I gave instances. For instance, now,
these two things. What service is Lagos State Urban Planning Service given to Ikoyi, people in Ikoyi, that are not given to people in Mushin? Or what urban zoning? You mentioned urban zoning practice causes the problem we're experiencing in Lagos. What policy really?
Hey, look, these days, where economy just they fail. Come with Sapa way, no fit explain. You get brand where they sell, we go pay. We go pay, go pay, go hey, pay. Look, info, Leon Finfo, follow me, go, may we get money. Make you call your amigos, free membership, sign up quick, and no they carry body. If you buy, if you sell for this website, no commission, no cost for this website. But cool sellers, we go give you good price. And if you know like I'm go the next guy. Hey, no middleman, we go try take your money to do your thing on a solo. If you find anything, if you sharply buy for any location where you there, so my manana. Distress sales. My manana. Distress sales. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net.
Everybody just they dance, they smile for here, man. Like say things they share for this website. Let me go check out this website, man.
I don't think I mentioned that. What I keyed into was the fact that government policies do not focus on the low-income ones, rather they focus on the influential ones. Now, I'm saying this this question you asked now, that what how those that they are not giving in Mushin, exactly my point, that they are not focusing on the root cause. They are not looking at those that are actually like needing this thing. Those that are actually like, those are the policies are going to be useful for. They are not like, they are just looking at those that, okay, for instance now, the influential ones now, those that have this thing, those that are of high standards now, they are overlooking, they are not even looking at the side of those that are not this thing. Those, let's say for instance now, the minority and the majority. Let's say the higher ones now, the ones that are up
What
there.
is that they give? What are they give people in Ikoyi that they don't give people in Mushin? What is that thing?
They didn't. For instance, now we have this thing. We have healthcare. We have this thing. We have healthcare. Healthcare service is one of the.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in Bariga. It's in Ikoyi.
I know.
It's in health center. It's everywhere in Lagos, in urban, in suburb, in rural. It's there. Road. They built the road in Mushin now during Turumbu's period. Fashola came and did the K2 area. Then during Fashola's end of Fashola's tenure, they did the link bridge in Ikoyi. They've done the Lekki Ajah Expressway. They've been doing everywhere. So where exactly have they marginalized and how? Now let me tell you something. I'm an urban planner. Let me tell you something. I'll share a story with you. When I was working at Ikoyi VI district office as a town planner, which I left the job, I abandoned the job. I'll tell you why. I was in the office one day in 2010. A man walked in. He's not a government person. He's a businessman. He walked into the office. He put 150K on my table and asked me to do something that was wrong. I told him I could not do it. I carried the money and chased him. He entered into his car and drove off. While I was chasing, I was just done with NYC. I was behind him. While I was chasing him, people came out of the office. They were behind me. They didn't stop the man. The gate man did not lock the gate. The man drove off. I called my boss and said to my boss, madam, so this happened though, when you're not around though. She told me that's what happens in government offices though. There's normally share the money, shared amongst them. As I was sharing to them, they are Igbos, they are Yorubas, they are Hausas, they are Christians, they are Muslims. They were telling me, God bless you, God bless you. I was wondering, God bless you. You know that the source of the money is bad. You know it's a bribe. You are saying, God bless me. You didn't reject it. You didn't stop the man. So I prevented that case from happening again and again and again. And before I knew it, documents will be getting missing. Registers will be getting missing. And these people were sabotaging the process. Eventually, one day, NEPA took light. I went to go and buy fuel. Where they keep jerry cans, there's very slim corridor. I entered into the corridor to pick the jerry can up. And I felt cold hand holding my leg from the ground. I could not move both legs. Before I realized that it was something diabolic, there was something fetish. I started screaming, blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus, release me. Before I ran out of the corridor. And I started crying. I was 24 years, I just finished NYC, I was crying. Then something told me that somebody here did this. So when they were asking me what happened, I don't tell them anything. I just packed my load and went home. 3 months after I left that job. You see, our people are involved in our problem. It's not a government thing. The government cannot be better than the people. The people are, I'm looking for the best word for them. The people are their own problem. They are insanely greedy, insanely ungovernable. And you see, government arises from the people. It's like a stream of water. The government is a cup of water you take from a stream. Can you take clean cup of water from a dirty stream? When you elect from the stream, you will get dirtiness if the stream is largely dirty. So the problem is not the policy. The policy does not have life. The same policy that we copy from the UK, from the US, we copy it, copy and paste. But we cannot make it work because human beings give life to policy. And we don't have good things to give life to our policies here. That's why it's not working. That's why urbanization is not working. Because we're not giving good life. We don't have good things inside us as a whole. Don't forget, Nigeria has a football team. One player, Kanu Nwankwo, or two with Okocha are very good, but they cannot win the World Cup. So when I'm saying that we are not, I'm not talking about you and I, or all of us. I'm talking about as a team together. We cannot give what it takes because we don't have what it takes. And the only way to change this practice is to go and get what it takes to run a better Nigeria, a better Africa. That's my position on this matter.
All right, man. It seems we just received a full but needed lecture today. So, Mr. Ibrahim, do you have anything to say to that?
All I have to say is that I get his point, yeah. But the thing is that we are not arguing. We're arguing on the same this thing. For instance, now I don't know. I said that the policy now is not too well effective, and you said that the policy is not the matter. That is the people that is the matter. Yeah. But this case now, the policy and the people, once they bring in the policy now, it's the people now that are not, it's the people that they are enforcing that policy on. There's now the same people now that are now disrupting the whole policy.
Yeah.
So I don't see this thing now. I don't think we're arguing. I think we're
not arguing differently. I'm not celebrating what you are saying.
I get it. Okay. I think that's all for my end.
All right. So that's perfect. Like I said, the objective of this debate is we don't choose sides here, right? You can be on the same side, you can be on opposing sides, but the whole idea is who drives home the best points and who makes the best argument, and that is what will bring about the decision. Okay, so my next question is, so let me just stop the timer and reset that real quick. Okay, so my next question is, what strategies or investments are needed to ensure that urbanization becomes a force for inclusive growth rather than a driver of inequality? Okay, and as before, this is open to the two of you.
I'd like to go first. So if I were, I'll use Lagos State for example. If I were the governor of Lagos State, the first thing I would do in Lagos, as an example for the entire Nigeria, is to build people. And how do we build people? You build people by good example, not by talking. I'll create a body of exemplary people, and I'll showcase their life. And I'll create schools, not formal schools. It can be online. It will just be online. People can just click into log into links and watch. They will hear people talk. They will watch people's lifestyles. They will hear the benefits. And I will give incentives for people who follow suit. For instance, if as a governor of Lagos State, I would say that if you plant flowers on your balconies, on your walls, on your roofs, the more flowers you get, the more flowers you plant around your environment, the lesser your land use charge will be, up until it can even get to zero. It will be like the carbon footprint. So you remove more toxins from the air, you plant more flowers, more plants, you get rebates. This will make the people involved. I would go on to the extent where you would even get non-monetary benefits for doing these things. And then they will now come to the education, the enlightenment will make it possible for people to begin to do the non-monetary stage, the willing stage. So people would get honorariums, not the kind that they give politicians, but special honorariums for doing it willingly without having to get incentives, which is another level higher. And before you know it, even when I leave government, people will continue to do these things beyond me because most of them have gotten to a point where they begin to do it on their own without my small gifts here and there. And that is what we need to do in our country. We need to build our people to follow the rules, to endear them, to strengthen them, to preach them, to now propagate them to our people by building our people. If we build infrastructure, like they did in Oshodi, they built a park, beautiful, fanciful, about 8 years ago. If you go to Oshodi today, or Jota, or Juelegba, or Pangrove, you will see all the infrastructure they built like 8 years ago. They are all falling apart. The boys that we did not train, the girls that we did not train at night, they are cutting the metals of the bridge as scrap and selling them because they need to eat. But if you had built them and they understand what you are doing and their job creation, you don't have to create the job for them that they will do. You will enable them create the jobs themselves. You will show them that by solving problems, they can create jobs. And then, like what I said, urban areas should have a cap. So if I say Lagos State population should be 15 million and Lagos State is 17 million, I will find a way, not a very harsh way, I will find a very good way to remove 2 million from Lagos. They will go by themselves. I will do it. They will live by themselves. And housing will be by mortgage. When you used to have housing by mortgage, you must have jobs. So housing will be by mortgage. Jobs will be registered in Lagos. You create a job, you get this incentive. How many people are you employing? How can we help you? How can these people have houses? How can these houses be affordable for these people? We will do all these things together. That's what I would do in Lagos. That's how I would improve urbanization and use it to impact people's lives. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Ibrahim, do you have a better or opposing view? You want to complement what he has said. So remember, everything contributes to your points. Do you have anything to say, whether in opposition or in agreement, to just I would say elaborate upon what he said? Yes,
it's an agreement. For instance, now how we want to now force a inclusive growth in this in driving inequality now. Let's take, for instance, let's now look at one massive issue, corruption. Looking at this corruption now, if we can provide transparency and accountability now, this is implementing a transparent and accountable system for urban planning, budgeting, and decision making. This can help reduce corruption and also ensure that resources are allocated fairly. Let's take this now. Let's say, for instance, now I want to now improve this community. Now I want to improve this thing now, and I'm now having this thing. I'm now someone who is biased, or I have someone under me who is into corruption. Like, let's say, for instance, now I allocated this amount of money now to be done for this particular project. Now they now decide to go behind my back and now take some percentage out of that money, now leading to this thing now leading to low quality infrastructure, leading to later on being damaged. As he said now, that the infrastructure that they built 8 years ago, now if you look at them now, they've already been damaged. If you look into the core root of that problem now, there must have been corruption done, because for instance now, it must have been that the materials that were used for this in particular project now had been already it has been coated, some of the allocated amount of money has been removed from the actual money used for that thing. Then we also have one key important thing, which is citizen participation. Now, this is also encouraging citizen participation in urban planning and decision making. Now, let's say, for instance, now people, honestly, if you ask me now, when a plan is being carried out and you are carrying your people along, they'll actually feel that they'll actually feel that sense of, yes, I'm actually included in this part of this thing. My decision counts, my words count, my voice counts. Now, this encouraging citizen participation now in urban planning now ensures that the needs and perspective now, that's different views of all the other things now, and now coming into one agreement now is taken into account. Now we also have this thing now, we have technology and innovation. Now this is leveraging technology and innovation. This can also help improve this in urban governance and this in, and also we have housing now, affordable housing. Let's say, for instance, we can increase investment in affordable housing initiatives now to address the housing deficit and provide decent living conditions for low-income earners. This is now putting the low-income earners in consideration now to be able for them to now have a roof over their head. Then we also have implementation now. We have implementing inclusive urban planning that prioritize the needs of all residents. Now this one now we're carrying everybody along. We're having everybody in mind. We're not saying, okay, this one is too this. That's why if you look at this system of government where we have the local government now was brought about this thing now to now bring the government closer to the people. So now this point I'm stating now is now we're having the people in mind, despite the fact that the whole this thing now, the government is far from people. We're now bringing the government closer to the people and carrying them along. We also have access to basic services. We have improved access, and we have healthcare, education, and sanitation in urban areas now, particularly in those informal settlements and slums. Now we have job creation opportunities. We have, if we can create jobs now, I'm not saying, I know that if you look at Nigeria's current situation now, we see that there are cases of unemployment. Now, how we can now do to reduce this thing? We can, for instance, now we have entrepreneurship. We have this skills. We have trade skills. That's why currently now in some schools now, I think it's very important now. In some schools, there's this in particular subject called trade. I know myself, I did it this in where there's particular trade whereby each students now are classified into that trade, so that once if you finish school, it's not that you just go about and be littering around. You have your certificate, but you don't know what to do about that. We keep hearing there's no jobs. That's why today now in Nigeria today we have tailors. We have people who are tailors. We have people that are tailors. We have people that are doing lot of skills that benefit that they themselves they benefit from it. Then the community at large also benefits from it. Then we also have this in We have infrastructure development now. That's investing in infrastructure development, that's including the transportation system, water supply, and sanitation facilities to improve the living standard and economic productivity in urban areas. Now, I know that coming back to what I said before, that's on the unemployment. Now, for instance, in university now, there is a particular thing called PSA. This PSA now is a practical skill application whereby each student now is being able.
Okay, so I don't know if you can hear us.
Now implement.
There was a slight break in.
Yeah, a break in transmission.
All right, so just wrap it up because you have one more minute. Okay, go ahead.
All right, my last point is economic development. Now, as I've said earlier, we have investing in economic development initiatives that's including job creation programs, entrepreneurship support, and small business development. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Can I chip in something?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so corruption, lack of maintenance, culture, our attitude, our anyhow attitude in Nigeria comes from poor family background. There was a time my cousin made a post of a shop in the US. He was boasting on his status. He said, "Oh, see America, just walk into the shop, and then as the doors will open by itself, there's nobody in the shop. You pick whatever you want to pick. As they're coming out, you get an alert in your bank account. They withdraw the money of what you bought, and they can take it gradually." He said, "Whoa, see transparency." And I smiled and I said, "We've been here. We've advanced this point in Nigeria before." And he said, When? How? I said, "Calm down." I said, "I was born in the 80s. My daddy would take me from Lagos to Ogun State or Oyo State. On our way, we will see some stalls along the road. They will put a particular commodity. They will put the amount, not in paper, the money. If it costs 20 naira, they will put 20 naira on a banana. For you to know that banana costs 20 naira. Underneath the table, you will see a lot of money there. The person that owns the business put the money there. You will take your change from there. No camera watching you. That is more transparent than people who camera is watching. We've passed that age. We lost it. And we lost it because families are not training children properly anymore. And that's why I said we need to build our people. When we build our people, pari passu, for the people who are older, who you might not be able to build because the bone don't strong. For those people, there will be rules that when you are caught doing this, you will be punished not just by being locked up or something, but you will restitute back to society and you apologize. Those are better than going to lock people up. Then the younger ones will be building them. They'll be watching how we treat the older ones. And it will be learning by example. These are lots better ways, lots healthier ways, lots effective ways to ameliorating this problem we have in our society. It is slow, but it is more effective. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I was going to go to a second final question, but I think we've really, even myself, it's like I came for a lecture today. So thank you so much. So we're going to bring this to a close. And of course, before we close, I would like to say that this program is sponsored by distresssales.net. And of course, it is thanks to them that we are able to make the payments to the victors. Thank you so much for being. This was a very passionate one. I was trying to also remain as a moderator because I was getting lost in the discussion. So because it was very engaging. Thank you so much. And this is why we're here. And I think today, contrary to other debates we've been having, I think this spoke to me the level of things that were being deliberated. And this is why we're trying to draw the youth, because we actually have a teenage section as well. We're trying to draw them in and have them focus on what is right. So everybody should drop his 2 kobo. I wouldn't say 2 cents, 2 kobo to bring about this realization we want. So we all have a role to play, and I've been humbled by the exchanges between you two, and thank you so much. And I see the passion, and I'm really grateful for that. So like I said, just to repeat what I said as regards the winnings. Obviously, this is for me, and I would say for the entity YKG, which I represent, also which I'm a moderator. I think the focus is more so the ideals we can bring out from this. The money is not much, but of course, we also have to reward people for their intellect and for the time which they spend. But that's not really the focus for us. It's just an added benefit. And of course, we're working towards more added benefits, which will hopefully would steer the youths towards this direction of what is right and having the focus towards their nation and becoming better people. We can save what we can. We will try our best. So with that said, thank you very much. It was an honor to have you present. And like I said, as always, I always say, this will be posted, and after 3 days, we will collate the votes in the comment section. So the votes will be done. We're using the names of the contestants. So to you, our viewers, whoever you feel is the better candidate or makes the better argument, feel free to comment with the name. And at the end of the third day, we would calculate that or count that, and then determine who the victor is. And as I said, the victor, it's one thing to win. It's also one thing to be entitled to the cash prize. We need at least 20 votes to be able to be entitled to the cash prize, and you must be the highest to win. Okay, so with that said, thank you so much, and I don't know if you want to say a quick goodbye to the audience before we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let's have Mr. Ibrahim
Go
real quick
ahead.
then. Go
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So Mr. Thomas, Mr. Ibrahim said you should go ahead. Okay.
Okay, for me, on a final note, I did a survey some years back on African families, and we realized that 80% of African families have one child, a boy or a girl, that wants to take the inheritance of other family members, children of the same father and the same mother. They want to take the inheritance of the same of their siblings for themselves after their parents' death. If a human being can be that callous to their own blood, imagine what they will do to outsiders. That's the real problem. So I'm hoping that we learn from this debate and that we fix our families. It's very important that we fix our families, that we produce better families. It will help Nigeria and Africa a great lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Ibrahim, do you have a quick goodbye?
Right, as he has said as well, once we fix the people, from the people to the government, because as I said, Rome isn't built in a day.
Yeah.
Step-by-step process. Fix the family, fix the government, and fix the world at large. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I'm humbled by your presence, and do have a lovely day. And of course, I'll be sure to keep you posted in your respective groups. Okay, do take care, and of course, you feel free to recontest any other time. All right, have a lovely day, and bye bye. See you next time.
You too, Mr. Ibrahim. Have a lovely day.
Have a lovely day, sir.
Yeah.